Good morning dear students. Let's start triangles. Students, today we start exercise 6.2. Here we have question number 1. Question number 1 is, in given figure DE is parallel to BC. You can see here DE line is parallel to BC and we have to find EC. So students, here we need to find the EC. So first read the result. Line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle intersects the other two sides in the distinct points. Then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio. Students, suppose if we draw a line DE and DE is parallel to one side of the triangle and DE cuts the other two sides into distinct points. Distinct means different points. Then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio. You can see here that here this is 1.5 and 3 is the double of 1.5. So here is 1, so double of 1 is 2. In this way our answer must be 2. So let's start by using this result. It is given that D is parallel to BC, hence AD divided by DB is equals to AE over EC. Students, we use this result only when DE is parallel to BC, when a line is parallel to one side of the triangle. So put these values. Here AD is equals to 1.5 and DB is 3. And here AE is 1. We need to calculate EC. By doing cross multiplication, we get 1.5 into EC is equals to 1 into 3. And students, you can see here 3 over 1.5. So we get the answer EC is equals to 2 centimeter. And students, here we have the next question, similar question. In the given figure, DE is parallel to BC. You can see here DE is a line that is parallel to one side of the triangle. And here dimensions are given. DB is 7.2, AE is 1.8 and EC is 5.4 centimeter. We need to calculate the AD. So students, for the same, we use here the result. Line drawn parallel to one side of a triangle intersect the other two sides in distinct points. Then it divides the other two sides in the same ratio. Student, this is the basic proportional theorem, result of basic proportional theorem. Very important theorem. We will discuss about this theorem later on. It is given that DE is parallel to BC. So we will write AD over DB, AE over EC. So here put these values. Value of AD we have to determine, and DB is 7.2, AE is 1.8 and EC is 5.4. By doing the cross multiplication, decimal to decimal will cancel out, and you can see here simple calculation is there. 10 to 0 cancel out, and by solving this we get 72 over 30. And students, in this way we get AD is equals to 2.4 centimeter. So students, in this way we have completed question number 1. Let's start with question number 2. E and F are the points on the sides PQ. आप देख सकते हैं PQ sides और PR sides पर 2 points है E and F. Respectively of a triangle PQR. For each of the following cases, state whether EF is parallel to QR. First one is, students, this is the similar question. In the previous question, question number 1, they asked us to determine a value. Okay, and given is one side is parallel to the side of a triangle. But here students, in this case, they have given all the lengths of the points PE, EQ, PF, FR. But here we need to check whether EF is parallel to QR or not. For the same, we have to just prove that their ratio must be equal. So students, let's start. If a line divides any two sides of the triangle in the same ratio, then the line is parallel to the third sides. So in order to prove EF is parallel to QR, we have to prove that PE by EQ is equals to PF by FR. Left hand side is equals to right hand side. We need to prove here that. So put these values of PE over EQ, 3.9 over 3. Similarly, PF over FR is 3.6 over 2.4. So students, here we get 13 by 10, that is 1.3, and here is 3 by 2, that is 3 by 2 is 1.5. So you can see here both these sides are not equal. So here EF and QR are not parallel. And students, here we have the similar part is second part. E and F are the points of the sides PQ and PR respectively of triangle PQR. For each of the following cases, state whether EF is parallel to QR. Similarly, students, we need to prove here the PE over EQ is equals to PF over FR. If these ratios becomes equal, then the EF is parallel to the QR. So here, let's start. In order to prove this one, we have to prove that PE over EQ is equals to PF over FR. So put these values. PE is 4, EQ is 4.5, PF is 8 and FR is 9. So students, solve these values. We get 8 over 9 is equals to 8 over 9. In this way, EF is parallel to the QR. Now students, next here we have E and F are the points on the sides PQ and PR respectively of a triangle PQR. For each of the following cases, state whether EF is parallel to QR. So here, students, you can see PQ is 1.2 given, PR is 2.56 centimeter given, PE is 0.18 and PF is 0.36. So, in order to prove EF is parallel to QR, we have to prove this result. PE over EQ is equals to PF over FR. So here students, you can see they have given us complete PQ, not PE and EQ separately. So first we need to calculate these values. Here EQ is equals to what? EQ is equals to what? PQ minus PE. So put these values, 1.28 minus 0.18, we get 1.10. Similarly students, FR, we need to calculate FR. For that PR minus PF. 2.56 minus 0.36, we get 2.20 centimeter. So students, here now we find the ratios. Left hand side is equals to PE over EQ, right hand side is equals to PF over FR. Students, you can see from the diagram, we will take PE over EQ is equals to PF of FR. If these two ratios becomes equal, then EF is parallel to QR. So here put these values, 0.18 or 1.1. By solving this, we get 9 over 55. Similarly, in the right hand side, put these values of PF and FR, 0.36 over 2.2. By calculating this, we get 9 over 55. You can observe here, left hand side is equals to right hand side. In this way, we get the required result. EF is parallel to the QR. So students, today hopefully all of you understand the concepts of basic proportional theorem. Then if a side is parallel to one side of the triangle, then it divides in distinct points. Then the result is that it divides the sides in the same ratio. So students, thank you for watching the complete video.